Running has taught me that tough times don't last. We all go through bad times, we all go through good times. The good times aren't gonna last forever, the bad times aren't gonna last forever, so just keep moving forward.
Just you and your body and your mind, and you forget about anything else in the world.
We get to run, not we have to run, and this feeling is actually amazing.
Squeeze.
You ready?
Really?
You go left, I'll go right.
Strong, so then you squeeze through core and you push through the body.
Will and I have had a very interesting relationship being twins. We were very competitive as kids, and it was always with women, with sports. You always want to be the better one. It's very hard because people don't understand our relationship, and I don't understand what it's like to be an individual.
Now, it's just like all I care about is if we've got a race or we've got a goal to achieve, we just both achieve it. There's not one bit of me wanting to do better than Henry, not one bit of me doing worse than Henry, it's just both.
Run the mile you're in. For me, it personally reminds me that you should focus on every single mile. It gives you a little gentle reminder just to look down when you need something, when it's getting hard, focus on every mile instead of focusing on the end goal.
We live in such busy worlds. I'm constantly on my mobile phone, I'm constantly surrounded by people, especially living in London. So when I run, I put my music on, or sometimes I don't even run with music, and I just go. It's just me, my feet, my brain, my body moving.
Got all the way around here. I think this bit will be tough because that's where the elevation is. Yeah, but I reckon we're looking at about 5 or 6 hours.
Okay, cool.
Dear Lord, please keep us safe on this journey and guard our mind of any negative thoughts. And let's smash this, amen.
Easy. Ready?
Okay, let's go, look on my baby.
We always start with a little prayer. I always say, I've got tattooed on my arm as well, have faith in faith.
Don't ask why, ask where. So when everything bad happens to you, instead of asking like, why me, why me, why me, ask where's it taking me, where's it sending me, then that can take you so much further. I've always loved running. The buzz I was getting off winning or doing well and getting good times in these races was a much better buzz than I was getting when I was drinking alcohol. So I started to level up my runs and running ability and doing it more.
Running has led me to actually travel a bit of the world as well. I've never ran here before, so it was amazing to kind of see a place I've never seen before and do it whilst running. Today we're running an ultramarathon, and it's just that every step is just closer to finishing.
I run long distances because it switches me off. Like the only thing I think about when I'm running is my breath and my feet against the floor. And I love that feeling of solitude. We're always being targeted by something every single moment, that we forget who we actually are and what we actually do and how we breathe properly. And I only really get that from running. Just you and your body and your mind, and you forget about anything else in the world. So when we're in the Peak District running, you don't want to put your foot on the wrong step because you're worried you're going to roll your ankle. It is just you, your most vulnerable self, and you at your most core. So you are acting so vulnerable, because when it gets really hard and you've run like 50, 60K and you're exhausted and you're still so focused, then it's like your real emotions come out. And I think that's such a powerful thing. And once you push through that barrier of pain and you come out the other side stronger, that's when you really grow as a person.
Reminding yourself it's just one foot in front of the other, and eventually all those steps are going to add up and you'll eventually reach your goal, which is the finish line.
When you push through the barrier, that pain barrier, you can just do so much more on those days when you need it most in life.
Right, let's get some more running done. Running has taught me that tough times don't last. 3 years ago now, I actually was involved in a pretty serious house fire. My whole apartment burnt down in London while I was in it. I went through a really bad time, and I think for me, running was definitely a catalyst for that. I think it got me up, it got me moving, and it was the first thing I'd ever done which really took my mind away from everything.
Very eye-opening for me, because I remember when he came around my house, the moment after it happened, he laid on my sofa and I was just had the most gratitude in my entire life. But it was also very tough because when we were working together, Will was going through his like PTSD and he couldn't work.
I realised actually the only way I'm going to get out of my own mind at the moment when I was going through all this pain and the PTSD and all that was just listen to music and run. And it really helped. It was a really good coping mechanism for me. I am massively a perfectionist. Now, everything I do in my life has to be spot on. It has to be right down to a T. And if it's not, I'm not happy. I feel that I've only just started to let go of that a little bit now, getting into my 30s.
I think there's so many insecurities I haven't touched upon. I think I'm trying to navigate them, and I think running massively helps me clear my headspace.
Showing vulnerability as a gent is like not often done in these days. You say we talk a lot, don't we? Just generally about our feelings, life, love, relationships. And I think I'm very grateful in my life right now. The norm is don't talk, you don't need to, it's not a manly thing to do.
In the moment, you think there's something wrong with you, but the only way you can come out of it and actually realise, oh, it's all going to be okay, is if you actually talk to people about it. And yeah, it's a bad day, not a bad life.
The rain was hitting us hard today. It was windy, it was cold. But just being in this moment right now, it's a privilege and it feels, although it's hurting, it feels good.
When I'm in such a hard place, you want to give up. Your mind is the first thing you go to. And that's the thing that's like, stop, stop, stop. But if you can control that, then you can control how the rest of your body feels and your mind feels, and you can go as far as you want.
Because like I say, we get to run, not we have to run, and this feeling is actually amazing.
Getting good at stuff is just time under tension. In anything you do, it's the same with running. You want to get a really quick time or you want to be able to go further, then you have to keep running, hitting the pavements with your feet, and you'll get good at it. I think I've put so much pressure on myself to do well in these runs that I just leave it all out there, that it's me to my most vulnerable state in my core by the end of it, and I'm just done. I feel like I've beaten myself up, and I learned a lot about myself. I think we should do a lot of things that are hard in life because you're going to grow from it massively. Running has been like a therapy for me. When I'm out on these runs, I am just thinking about life in general. You gather all these thoughts that you've been building up throughout the day, and you kind of think about them so much that you come to a point of, am I not good at this, or is there something wrong with me here? By the end of the run, I kind of have a slightly better way of being able to navigate it, or giving myself a better idea of what to work on for that day or that future. I think that's really helpful. We dive into things, and when we see it, we want to be the best at it. So when we run and we do races, I always want to beat Will, but I want him to come 2 seconds behind me. I think that's quite good because it also encourages us both to push each other to our absolute potential and our limits. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to go further without Will today.
Today's probably been actually one of the nicest runs I've ever done with Henry. We both supported each other. It was really nice to run in a new environment. It was nice to see some of the scenery. We weren't focusing really on an end goal. We were just kind of enjoying it, and that made it really nice for us to run together.
That was really hard. Do all over again. So.